What up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel. I'm Anthony TV, and today I just want to have a little biz talk with you guys. So, just to start it off, this Sunday is almost 7:30 a.m. and I just wanted to have a little quick conversation. Hopefully it motivates and inspires somebody in some way. So yeah, man, I really just woke up and like, man, and I do this often. I just think about my life. I think about where I want to be at a certain point in time, and I think about how can I get there, or how I'm gonna get there, right? So, just to give you guys a little bit of info. So I'm 39 years old, born and raised in a small city called Pensacola, which is in Florida. And now that I'm older, man, my future, and thinking about the people that are closest to me, and how can I provide for them in a major way. It's kind of what I think about a lot. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's so much out here in this world, and it's attainable. Like anything you put your mind to, anything you work hard for, you can accomplish. Like any goal that you set out for yourself, you can accomplish. And I'm a super positive person. Even when something looks to be negative in most people's eyes, I always try to look at it in a positive way, or think like this. If it's something that I can't control, and I know I can't do anything about it, then I'm not gonna let it get to me. I look at it now like, maybe it was supposed to happen that way. Like think about this. Think about if you traveling to work and you running behind, and then all of a sudden you get out, you get into traffic, and it's an accident, and the traffic is just backed up, and now it puts you behind from getting to whatever destination you was trying to get to. That accident just puts you behind even further, and now you're super late. You're getting to where you need to go. Initially, something like that, you're gonna get upset. You know what I mean? You're gonna get upset initially, but after a few minutes, you just gotta look at it like, maybe that was supposed to happen. Maybe that accident prevented you from being an accident yourself. You know what I mean? So that's just an example of how I look at things, and how you should probably consider looking at things. Don't always look at things from a negative perspective, a negative point of view. In relationships, it's the same thing with that. A lot of times we get into relationships with people, and we want it to go, or we want it to last forever. But oftentimes, something happens in a relationship to where you end up breaking up, or if you're married, you end up getting a divorce, and it's like it don't work out. And some people handle that differently. You know what I mean? Some people handle it to where if it don't work out, then person is depressed for a long period of time because that situation didn't work out how they wanted it to. They don't think about the possibility of maybe that situation wasn't supposed to work out. You know, maybe it's somebody better for you on the other side. But in that moment, you know, you're not thinking like that. You're just thinking like, man, I put all this energy into this one person, and now it's just wasted energy and time. You know, the time part that you can't get back, that's the bad part in that situation, I think, more than anything, because that's the only thing in this life that we can't get back. It's time. And it sucks to have wasted that, but at the same time, you know, that's not the only person in this world. There's other people out there that you can meet and really have a long-lasting relationship with. So those are just a couple examples of what I'm talking about when I say, you know, sometimes you got to look at things through a different lens and have a different perspective on certain situations and certain things that happen in life. You know, don't always think of it as being a negative thing. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. So you just got to look at it differently. And so to get back, you know, to what I was talking about earlier, and like me, man, especially now at 39, now I'm really putting myself in position to where I can win. You know, and what I mean by that is that I'm making better financial decisions in terms of investments. So, you know, society tells us that the American dream is really just going to school, graduating, you know, getting a good education, you know, going to college and finding a good job. You know what I mean? Like, they don't, at least me and my family and how I was raised, we didn't discuss anything after college. It was always, you know, you got to graduate high school and then get a good job and then, you know, retire from that job. You know, we wasn't taught anything about entrepreneurship at my household or at school. I didn't go to college. So, you know, I don't know if they teach that in college or not, but that wasn't something that I was taught. You know what I mean? I was always taught to go out and get a job and, you know, get a good job so you can retire from it. A good job from where I'm from, and probably many others. You know, we used to look at like UPS. A UPS job, work for UPS. Those guys make good money. You know what I mean? It's a good job. You know, but you know, me personally, I want so much more than that. I mean, I currently have a good job, so I'm in the food service industry right now. You know, I'm a food service driver. So, you know, I make decent money now. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I make decent money, but not the money that I know I'm capable of making, right? And the amount of money that I'm going to be making sooner than later. And, you know, not only do I have a decent job, but I also have my own business, which is called Creative Realty and Investments, LLC. So I believe in having multiple streams of income. You know, that's key to being successful and really getting to where you want to go faster. You know, making sure you're getting revenue from different places. And so I also invest in the stock market. So those assets, what I mean assets, the stocks that I invest in is making me money while I sleep, you know. So I wasn't taught any of this growing up. I wasn't taught about the stock market. I learned that as an adult, and I learned that, you know, recently, to be honest with you. Well, I guess 2017. Around 2017 is when I learned, you know, really about investing. But I wasn't taking it real serious then. I bought a couple of stocks. I think Nike, Apple, and some, I think 2 others. But I wasn't investing heavily in those stocks at that time. But now, like I'm really investing heavy in it. And so, because for me, that's my early retirement. That's gonna give me financial freedom. You know, like I said, I'm 39, so society tells us that, you know, 60 years old, I think 59, 60 is like retirement age. I'm gonna be a multi-millionaire way before then. So for anybody out there that think they can't do the same thing, you're wrong. You just gotta start thinking differently. And you gotta start investing your money in the places that's gonna make your money grow. And the stock market is a great place to do that at. So that's my plan, and that's my early retirement. Is to really become a multi-millionaire by investing in the stock market, along with investing in real estate and buying assets, you know, appreciating assets, and not wasting my money, all my money on liabilities, you know what I mean? Things that's not gonna make me money. I'm not saying having liabilities is a bad thing, because you can buy those things too, you know, but you just don't want to spend most of your money on those type of things. Investing in assets is the way to go, and that's what I've learned. Some of the richest people in the world, you look at Warren Buffett, you know, he is a mastermind when it comes to the stock market. And so investing in the stock market has been a blessing to me, you know what I'm saying? And now I've also started investing in cryptocurrency, which is very exciting to me. So those of you that are not invested in cryptocurrency, a lot of people are skeptical about cryptocurrency, and I get it, you know what I mean? I mean, just really investing in the stock market, period, is a major risk, you know? So you really gotta check your risk tolerance when you talk about investing in the stock market, because if you have a very low risk tolerance, and then investing your money in the stock market might not be what you want to do, you know what I mean? I still say invest your money, but maybe just invest into real estate and buying assets, you know, buying rental properties, and, you know, getting passive income from those every month. You can still get rich like that. It may take you longer, but you can still get rich, get wealthy, and create generational wealth. You know, for me, that's the overall goal. When I leave here, I want to make sure my kid is taken care of, or my kids, My wife now, she wants another child, so we've been talking about that, which is more than likely gonna happen. But I want to make sure that they're good when I leave here. Everybody that I love, you know what I mean? So I'm doing that now, working on that now. Not when not 10 years from now. You know what I mean? Now that I have the knowledge that I have, I'm working on that now. So if you're not planting seeds, right now, then what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, you behind. And so I think about Bitcoin, for example. Since we're talking about investing, I look at Bitcoin. It's a cryptocurrency for those that don't know. Right now, Bitcoin is over 50. I think last time I looked at it, it was like 55,000. But just a couple weeks ago, it had broke a record of, went over $62,000 per coin. And the thing about cryptocurrency, it's super volatile, which means it fluctuates in price a lot. The whole stock market does, just buying traditional stocks does as well, but cryptocurrency even more so. So if you have a low risk tolerance, like I said earlier, and even investing in crypto is definitely not going to be something that you want to do. But I believe that you shouldn't invest money that you can't stand to lose, right? And really and truly, you don't lose money in the stock market until you sell. You know what I mean? So a lot of people get into the stock market and they think they're going to become a millionaire overnight. And when they look at the stock market and it's making you money, and it's a green day and all your stocks are going up, increasing in price, you happy. But those red days, when the stocks are going down, people start panicking. You know what I mean? And if you panic and you sell, you can't make no money like that in the stock market, because the stock market is not always going to have an upwards trend. It's not always going to go up, right? So you have to expect it to go down at some point. And I personally think that that's healthy for the stock market. You know what I mean? It's not going to go up all the time forever. It's got to come down. And so, but when it comes down, or when it goes down, you just look at that as a buying opportunity to buy some good stocks at a discount, and you pick those up. You got to remember, the name of the game when you're in the stock market is to buy low and sell high. So you want to be able to buy a stock as low as possible. That way, when the price increases and the value rise, you're going to be profiting from that stock. And so, and you want to always do your due diligence. Don't just listen to what people say about buying certain stocks without doing your own research. So that's very important as well. But that's what I've been doing, really putting my money into stocks and crypto, because for me, that's my early retirement. Like, I'm serious. And that's gonna bleed over to my my real estate company. I'll be able to buy more assets, rental properties, things of that nature, start doing fix and flips. Right now, my primary focus in my real estate business is wholesaling houses, so or wholesaling in general. So for those of you that don't know what wholesaling is, that's when you try to locate properties in distress, properties that need some work. They can be, abandoned properties, abandoned houses, vacant houses, houses that look kind of run down, because those are houses that, believe it or not, have value to somebody, usually other investors that want to come put their own money into it and fix it up and flip it. So wholesaling, for me, my whole idea behind wholesaling and starting in wholesaling because it's a low barrier to entry into getting into real estate heavy, you know, getting into fix and flips and buying rental properties and things of that nature. You know, it's a good entry point to start. And so wholesaling is what I focus on. So wholesaling, like I said, is just locating a property that's in distress, that looks like nobody lives there, or somebody could live there, but the property itself just looked like it could use some work, right? And once you find that property, then you go and try to locate the owner, find out who owns that property, and you can do that by using a tool that I use in my business called PropStream. They also have other tools like Deal Machine. So what these tools do is help you locate the property owner. You know, once you put in the address, so I have a PropStream has an app also. So I use the app, pull it up, you put in the address of that particular property, and you can do what's called skip trace. Skip tracing will allow you to find out the owner's contact information. So once you skip trace, once you skip trace the property, it'll pull up that owner's information, their phone number, their email address, etc. Once you get that, you call that person up and you just find out if they want to sell the property. A lot of times, like PropStream, for instance, it'll actually, if that person owns multiple properties, you'll be able to see that too in the app. You know, you'll be able to see all the properties that that person owns inside of the app. So it's a great platform to use. So that's my primary focus right now in my real estate business, is wholesaling houses. But eventually it'll expand into, you know, buying rentals and doing fix and flips. But right now I'm really just focusing on building my capital up this way, so I can really just, you know, buy it on my own. And another important thing is having good credit. Definitely having good credit is a major key. When you have good credit, you can leverage that credit into buying assets, right? Credit is king. You know, a lot of people say cash is king. Credit is king. Like, if you don't have good credit, you're really hindering, you know, yourself and the things you can do when it relates to your money. You need money. You need good credit. But yeah, so credit is king, guys. So if you have, you know, subpar credit right now, not so good credit, definitely work on your credit. It's very important. And it definitely can help you get access to more money and funds that you need on this journey to financial freedom. But yeah, so just to wrap up this video, I just want to say, you know, if you're not thinking about investing, definitely start thinking about it. Preferably in the stock market, educating yourself on the stock market, how it all works and things of that nature, and invest in companies that you believe in. You know, it's so many different ways to invest, so many things to invest in when we talk about the stock market, you know, that we'll probably get into at a later time. You know, high dividend stocks is great too. You know, I own some of those as well. That's just passive income, you know what I mean? That pay you, companies that pay you dividends monthly or quarterly, you know, however they pay out. That's just passive income that you make from the company, from the company's revenue, you know. That's a perk that they give to their shareholders. So if you own shares in this company, whatever company that is, that's kind of a reward for you for being a shareholder. So high Dividend stocks. It's great. You know what I mean? So definitely, like I said, do your own research. But if you're not investing in the stock market, definitely invest in the stock market. And we'll talk about that later as well, to dive a little bit deeper in it. But if you don't want to be working a 9 to 5 for the rest of your life, you know, and making money slowly, if you want to get on the fast track, start investing your money in assets, not liabilities, right? Things that's gonna, you know, certain things that don't hold any value. You know, we all like to shop. Well, a lot of us like to shop, buy new things, clothes, shoes. You know, women like buying handbags, all that type of stuff. But you gotta be smarter with your money. You know what I mean? You can still buy those things, but you want to put more of your money in assets that's gonna appreciate over time and give you a better ROI. That's the return on your investment. So think about that the next time you go out and purchase something. The earlier you can start investing, the quicker you can become wealthy. And that's the mindset you need to have. All right, guys, so I'm gonna wrap this up. We'll get back to Ben's talk on the next episode. And again, do me a favor, hit that like button for me and subscribe to the channel. You already know I appreciate your support, and I'll talk to you guys next time.